Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Noafida binti Kamaruzaman, a final year student of Bachelor of Science Biology from UiTM. I will be sharing my research entitled Spatio-Temporal Assessment of Land Use Change in Peninsular Malaysia using GIS and Land Change Modeler from 2010 to 2015. Land use change has become a significant issue across Southeast Asia, including Malaysia, driven by rapid urbanization, agriculture expansion, and industrial development. In Peninsular Malaysia, these changes have affected environmental conditions, contributing to the issues such as deforestation, flash floods, soil erosion, and biodiversity loss. Therefore, updated land use information is essential to identify changing patterns and support sustainable land use planning. This study provides an overview of land use change across Peninsular Malaysia to contribute towards the better environmental management and decision making. This study was conducted with three main objectives. First, to identify the spatial patterns of land use change across Peninsular Malaysia between 2010 and 2015. Second, to quantify the temporal change and trends among different land use categories during the study period. Finally, this study aims to evaluate the factors contributing to the observed change in key land use types. This study utilized land use data sets of Peninsular Malaysia for 2010 and 2015 obtained from the Department of Survey and Mapping Malaysia, which is JUPAM. The dataset were prepared and pre-processed using GIS before being analysed through the Land Change Modeler interset. The analysis focused on identifying spatial pattern, temporal trends, and major land use transition. Finally, the observed change were evaluated to determine the potential factors and contributing to the land use conversion. As shown in the table is the 5 major land use types that were examined through this study, which are forest, plantation, settlement, idle, and water body. The spatial analysis revealed that the dominant land use transition in Peninsular Malaysia between 2010 to 2015 was the conversion of plantation area into forest among the 20 transitions of land use change. Based on the change map, this transition was mainly concentrated in the central region of Peninsular Malaysia, which is in Pahang. The changes occur mainly due to the near existing forest boundaries and rural area, where land use activities were less intensive. Matured plantation can exhibit a dense canopy that's similar to forest-like structure. This pattern suggests that the transition may be influenced by the natural process such as biological dispersal, especially in areas with close to the forest ecosystem. For temporal pattern of land use in Peninsular Malaysia shows the graph of gain and loss and net change between 2010 and 2015. The summary of the land use change trends was provided. Forest shows the highest positive net change during the study period. This increase may be associated with forest conservation effort, restoration activities, and decrease in deforestation. For example, 7 Malaysian development plans that ensure the sustainability of forest management. Besides that, the neglected plantations and idle area can contribute to the formation of forests. In contrast, plantation recorded the highest negative net change, which may link to the abandonment of smallholder plantation due to the challenges such as limited labor availability and management constraints, especially rubber plantation. As a result, plantation has tendency to become neglected and decrease during the study period. Overall, the dominant temporal transition was plantation to forest, reflecting the interaction between human-related factors such as land management practice and natural processes. The contributing factor for the conversion of plantation to forest is the abandonment of the rural plantation. This may occur due to the high operational cost, labor shortage, and declining commodity price. This abandonment of the matured tree that near the forest edge can develop a vegetation and resemble young secondary forest. Next is the forest rehabilitation and conservation effort may also contribute to the forest recovery. Initiatives such as the Central Forest Plan Master Plan that focus on the forest conservation and the National Physical Plan provide a framework for sustainable spatial planning for guiding land use management. In conclusion, forests remain the dominant land use category in Peninsular Malaysia, with plantation to forest identified as the major land use transition during the study period. These findings provide valuable insight into land use dynamic and support the sustainable land use planning and conservation efforts. So that's all from me. Thank you.